Hey everyone. So if you own one of these first generation Muranos, then you know all too well how lousy the door lock actuators are on these things. Up until now, the only option has been to purchase a replacement through Nissan to the tune of maybe 250 bucks for the part, and if you were to have them, the dealership install it for you, you're looking at 400 or 500 bucks. And the other option was to get one of those universal types that you have to cobble together. And not to take anything away from the guys that did that, because there are a lot of videos out there where people are doing that. They did a great job, but that just was not the solution that I wanted. Finally, now there's another option, an aftermarket part from Dorman that is a direct replacement. So here's the aftermarket door lock actuator from Dorman that goes on the right rear. That's the part number for the right rear. I got this one through Amazon for about $125. You can also get them through Rock Auto for about the same price. And I'm going to show you how to install it. So to begin, you need to pop out these tabs right here with a flathead screwdriver. There's one here in the handle and there's one down here in the pull cup. So once you remove those two screws, the next step is to lift this piece up here like this, and then disconnect your electrical connector here. Now to remove this electrical connector, push in this tab right here. I've already pushed it in, and there it pops right off, and you can set this thing aside. Then you can remove this fastener here. Note that this one is longer than the other two that you just removed. Now I'm going to use this plastic putty knife to pry out this piece right here, and it'll help me get my fingers underneath it and pop it out. And then you'll see we've got one more fastener right here. Now I have grabbed the forward edge, lower edge of the door and pulled out firmly. You'll hear a couple of pops, and you work your hand around the bottom here. And now you can lift up on the front and back simultaneously, and you have two cables on the back side here. What you do is pop them. Sorry, I only have one hand here, you got to bear with me, but you pop them out like that, and then they'll lift out of the little their retainer, and looky here, your panel is now free. So what you've got left now is fastener here to remove this plate. So now I took a knife and just slit the water barrier right here to open this up, because I don't want to mess with this gooey black stuff. And I pulled the cables out of this little slit that's here in this blue area. And now I'm going to remove these three fasteners with a T30 Torx bit. Now pinch this little clip right here and push it through the hole. May need a pair. Well, that worked. So now I've fished the actuator out, and I'm going to remove this connector. To remove this connector, you just stick your screwdriver in there and it pops right off. And now I'm going to remove this fastener with that same T30 Torx bit. Now you use your putty knife or a screwdriver or something to pop off this plastic piece right here. And inside of that hole is another T30 Torx head. And as you're loosening that, keep hold of your outside handle. That fastener in here is trapped. It will not come out. But it does free up this piece from your outside door handle. It's actually on there like that, and it engages that hole there. So take that off, set that aside, and what happens now is you can pull your handle rearward and it's now free. So what I did was I reached in and pulled this inner part of the handle out, This is the latch assembly. Brought it over to the bench. And okay, so I'm going to look on the new piece. This is the new actuator over here. And what you have is this ball at the end of this push rod. And so I'm just going to, you can see how you need to pull up on this piece here to pop it out of this retainer, and then rotate it up, and it will come out through this slot there. Sorry I don't have a tripod, but I'm going to go ahead and do that now. So it's just a very easy motion to lift up and pop it out, and then you rotate it up, and then the ball comes out. This all comes apart very easily, so if you find yourself pulling or yanking on this thing, then you're doing something wrong. So here's my new actuator attached to the inner handle assembly. I'm going to take a pair of pliers and pull this old clip out and then snap the new clip in. So here's the new lock actuator attached to my inner handle assembly. And this is how it's oriented. This is how it needs to be oriented when you fish it back in through the hole. So this is the aft end where you've got those 3 Torx head screws that go in. This is that Torx head that's retained, that you go through that small hole that I showed you earlier. You've got another Torx fastener on the forward end, goes through that hole there. So I'm going to fish that back in and get everything reassembled. One of the things you got to watch out for is this little plastic piece goes in here like that. Keep an eye on it, because as I was putting everything back together, I knocked it out and dropped it down into the cavity here, and it was a little bit tough to retrieve. So it's probably better if you remove that and set it aside and keep track of it. So what I did was installed that fastener loosely, and now I'm going to take my outside handle and assemble this into there. So now part of the outside handle is on. I'm going to install this piece here and then tighten it, tighten that captive screw through this hole here. So the new actuator is now bolted back in, the handle on the outside is back together, and now is a good time to do an operational check to make sure that that this thing here is moving like it's supposed to. Okay, so I fished the cables through this hole in the vapor barrier and then taped the vapor barrier back up. And the next thing you want to look for is look to see if there's any of these, I don't know what you call them, push pins here that that came out of the inside of your panel here. You can see where right there is that missing push pin that came out, right here. So you got to get that out of there and install it back into your panel, because if you don't, this won't go back together right. Okay, so I've connected the handles to the cable and hung it on the door. I haven't fastened anything or pushed the pins back in or anything, but I am doing one final check before I put everything back together. Looks good. So here's the demonstration. And if you found this video helpful, then please give me a thumbs up, and good luck to you.